It's been a week since the Chemtool facility in Rockton went up in flames. Dozens of people forced from their homes due to the fire. They're now taking legal action.
2 lawsuits have been filed against Chemtool's parent company. Michelle Rave has been looking into the class action suits. She joins us now. And Michelle, what are lawyers telling you?
I spoke with one local attorney who explains what legal options are available to those impacted by the Chemtool fire.
So the best thing to do is you should get to if you have any issues at all with damage for anything as a result of the fire.
Attorney Tim Mahoney owns the law offices of Mahoney & Mahoney. He says if you experienced any property damage caused by the fire, the best course of action is to take part in a class action lawsuit.
Your fee will be roughly the same. It'll go up a little bit because of the class, but so will your leverage and your ability to get reasonably compensated.
Mahoney says the fact that the cause of the fire is not yet known will slow the process down.
This is going to be a complicated lawsuit because the issue of how that explosion and fire started, who started it and why, what led up to that, that's going to take a great deal of effort in order to ferret all of that out.
Mahoney has a few recommendations for those considering filing a lawsuit.
Call your doctor, call your lawyer, take photos of everything, start keeping a journal. If you are having any types of troubles physically, emotionally, mentally, and don't sign anything until your lawyer has a chance to look at it.
But Mahoney warns, don't expect overnight results.
The lawsuit or lawsuits will likely take years. Not even counting that the courts are all backlogged right now, and we got to still filter through stuff that hasn't been dealt with since before the shutdown. So it's going to be a while.
Mahoney says there is a cutoff period to join the class action lawsuits, so make sure to pay attention to that. Mimi, Eric.
Michelle, thanks.